Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly read. This is going to be from January 6th to the 13th, right? Something like that. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Spirit saying Mercury position as well, so be mindful of that. Scorpio, I typically would have waited a day to get this done and put it out, but Spirit is kind of like shoving me to do this and to stay ahead of things, which is a good pace for me to be in for a change. So we're going to roll with that. I hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, comments, donations to the channel, the booking of personal reads. It's so nice to reconnect with all of you on the personals at the beginning of the year. So I look forward to talking with all of you. I've already got to talk to some of you. Wow. What a change in the energy. What a change in direction. I'm very curious, and I feel like there's a specific reason. There's like a high anxiety functioning thing going on in my belly that is like, do this now. So here we are. We're going to see what is to come ahead for you this week, Scorpio. Spirit saying be mindful of the energies. I feel like that has to do with external energies. Do you know what you're dealing with? I don't know. I don't know what that's about. We're going to see. We're going to see where this takes us, what rabbit hole, Scorpio, we're going to dive into. Change in direction here as well with the deck we're going to use. So let's see what comes out for you. So Spirit for Scorpio, January 6th through the 13th. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Spirit saying mark your calendars for this specific date. I don't know what date that is, but how do you mark a calendar or something you're not sure of? So I don't know. Spirit's saying you're going to know. So if you're getting time frames and downloads, dreams, Spirit's saying pictures and details. Pay attention to that. Number 17. The number 17 keeps popping up for you guys. It's popped up in a lot of the reads. 222 also. Be mindful. February 22nd could be... Spirit said a lazy portal. I don't know. What is February 22nd? That is... that takes us into... What is that? Pisces season. Don't get... If you're feeling like things are... If you're impatient... the impatience could lead into laziness. Don't get lazy. Just stay on top of your game. Stay on top of the things that you know you need to get done. Pay attention to sinus trouble as well. Let's see here. They're pointing out some things, so please bear with me here as I'm taking in a whole lot of messages from Spirit in general. This is Capricorn season. Pay attention to your knees and your legs. Knees and legs. Pay attention to your knees and your legs, your feet as well over the next couple of months. So lower extremities. Being careful not to twist, bend, or break, Spirit saying. So be mindful. Okay? All right. For Scorpio, the 6th, acclaim, Sagittarius energy. Number 9, independent energy. Constituting a belief in oneself that others may say is unstable. Spirit saying those people, so whatever belief you have, somebody could be trying to gaslight you, telling you that your version of events is wrong, that what you say doesn't exist, but it's a farce. It is a fake reality. It's like you could be dealing with somebody who's outright fucking delusional, Scorpio. It's like you see something, you know damn well it happened, right? And they're like, it didn't happen like that. It most certainly did. And you know it. So it's like, this, Scorpio, you're coming into, I can't help but shake this energy. Spirit's calling it of something of the masses. This is personal. This is big scale. This is going to change the outlook on everything. And, Scorps, as Scorpios, we can be a little dramatic, right? Like, let's call it for what we can be, a little dramatic, or a lot dramatic. It depends on the day. But energy is energy. You feel the energy, and it feels otherworldly. It feels big. It feels earth shaking. I'm going to say it. I have been getting downloads on global scales immensely. There could be another earthquake. The ethers are changing. The world is changing. The globe is, everything is changing. It's shifting. Don't expect anything but big catalyst events that maybe they're not in your backyard. Maybe they're on the other side of the world, but you need to pay attention. It's like watching an ad for like a concert, right? Like Jelly Roll or something. And coming to your hometown of blah, 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 blah. I don't know why Pittsburgh's coming up, but we're going to roll with Pittsburgh. Maybe some of you have ties to Pittsburgh. Becoming to your hometown, this. And the way I feel about that is whatever these big events are, Scorpio, it's a matter of when it comes to your hometown. Now, what I think is interesting about this is when it says coming to your hometown, these events are likely tied to a place that you left. Spirit saying for good reason. So Scorpio, if you've left a hometown, if you've moved away, you've left an exploration for yourself. And this could have been 20 years ago. This could be a long time ago that you had this inclination to get up, separate yourself, and become independent of people, places, and things. Because there is a limitless potential for you, Spirit, to change the face of the world. A lot of you could be stepping into your purpose now. I'm going to say to you this week alone, is it going to happen? Probably not. But these are events over the span of your life that have had to happen to lead up to what is to come. There's so much. And like once everything shakes out, you are going to be breathing the biggest sigh of relief. And it's defending till the end of who you know yourself to be. Why this plays out and how this plays out for you on a global scale, I don't know. I'm shoot straight with you guys. I don't know. But it's going to be a personal experience on a big scale for all of you for different reasons. Okay? I talked about having patience, right? Like you may get almost lazy because it's like, all I can do is sit here twiddling my thumbs. Still, don't get lazy because your foundations, Spirit is saying, still need to be cultivated. Take a rest when you need to take a rest, but you also need to protect your energy. I talked about the world, the globe, right? Things changing. Look at the center of the eye. It is right there, right? The eye is the globe in that picture. Call it a new world. Pay attention to the things that you know to be true. The number 50, the number 10, and the number 40 could be very significant in some way. 40 years ago, there was big stuff, Scorps. 40 years ago, there was suspicion, thank you, Spirit, of what was to come. It's like when we say, like, watch The Simpsons. I don't know, maybe go watch reruns of The Simpsons. See what they've predicted. I don't know. But on the bigger scale. But the eye of God, which is listed specifically on that card, this is the coming of light. If you've looked at the Schumann resonance, during this period, there's a lot of white, godly, right? Label it as you want to, energy, spiritual energy coming to Earth. Be patient during that time, this time, the time moving forward. It's going to be very important. I'm hearing like attaboy, attagirl. Like, just keep doing your thing. Just keep doing what you know you need to do. What you're guided to do in lieu of something else. Like, I don't know, maybe let's just, as an example, on a Friday night, you would typically go out with the girls and have some drinks. Maybe go out with the boys, go play golf, I don't know, whatever. In lieu of that, choosing to stay home. You may want to stay close to home over the week. Staying closer to your foundations, choosing boredom over a wild night out or going out to dinner. A lot of you could be staying close to home this week in general. Needing to watch for water leaks as well. Another random thing, some water leaks. Especially, I don't know, if you have a well, I don't know how that works. I don't have a well, so I'm not sure. We haven't had a well since I was a kid, and I don't know how it works now as an adult. If you have wells or something, there could be some sort of leak or something to that effect. I don't know. There's debris at the bottom that could be clogging something too. If you do have a leak, like, I don't know, get some Drano. I'm no plumber, not a licensed plumber. Don't take plumber advice from me. But just, keeping all systems flushing, keeping all systems going. Make sure you're hydrating this week too. I don't know. It's this energy is stuff that I don't think I've really ever tapped into in all the years. 12 on the clock. So just be aware. Just, I don't know. It makes my head spin. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, let's see what else here. What else does Scorpio need to know? Limitless potential, limitless possibilities. Spirit saying that somebody else is trying to limit your potential. Someone else is trying to limit your possibilities, your options, your choices, your accolades. Scorpio, another devil? Surprise, surprise. I'd love to say that that's nothing new. Spirit, okay, gotcha. Makes sense now. There comes the abundance card of Jupiter. This 9 on this side doubles to an 18. You, Scorpio, you're larger than life. Whatever you're doing, even if you feel like you're doing nothing, you are becoming larger than life itself. This is twice the power of who you've known yourself to be. This is twice the size that you've known yourself to be. And when I say size, I don't mean like weight and height and all that good stuff, because it just ain't a thing. But this is, Scorpio, this is somebody else. Oh gosh. This is somebody else realizing your power. Most of you have already stepped into this place of, I'm going to call it self-actualization, of like you're, we talked about it like I think the whole second half of 24. You're deserving of, you're worthy of, you deserve love, you deserve nice things, you deserve nice people, you deserve to be comfortable, you deserve to be heard, you deserve to be seen, right? All of those things, Scorpio. That in itself, when you didn't have that belief of yourself, was one of the key things in this existence that have held you back. Like, there was no spell, there was no person. I mean, they play a role, right? Let's be real. But what Spirit needed you to do was believe in yourself. Stop looking to John, Susie, Joe, Bob, Robert, your dad, your mom, your cat, your dog, the neighbor, that person you went and interviewed in front of. Fuck the fact that they didn't realize what it was to pass up on you, what they were missing out on. I hope that makes sense. Like, they made a choice to help you keep yourself small. And, I don't know why I'm going to use this example, but Spirit pointed it out to me. With my back thing, right? Just as the example. I wanted to change doctors, want to go get some other things done. And I called a new office, and they said to me, yes, we're accepting new patients, but we're going to send you a form you have to fill out to see if the doctor will see you. It's almost like an interview process, I guess, now, that the doctor has to decide based upon the questions on this questionnaire if they're going to accept you as a new patient. Well, guess what? When I do go in there, I've got a list of questions for them. Am I going to accept them as my new doctor? It's like other people in your life could be making you, by their questions or their responses or their behaviors, make you feel like, over the years you're not deserving of. That you should be excessively grateful that they would take you on in their world. And not because of the energy exchange or what you brought to the table, but because of what they could siphon off of you. So you have to show up like this because I deserve that from you. And you don't get to question my integrity, Scorpio. You don't get to ask me about certain things, right? Like, you just have to accept me for me, but you have to live up to a criteria. Scorpio, you have to live up to the criteria to fit into my world. No more. Scorpio, this is you when you acclaimed your power. When you said, I am worthy of, I am deserving of, I am all of those things. And you accepted that truth internally for you. You have hit the precipice and the energy vibration of the limitless potential of that black swan. It is a massive change from the light to the dark. And I'm not telling you that you're digging into dark energy, because that is not what is happening here. And I remember one time I looked up, I actually hold that thought and pardon me if you see my face here. Let me see, is this, oh no, I was going to look that up, but that's dead, so never mind. Devices all over the house. Look up the definition, the spiritual meaning of the black swan, okay? That will clarify that for you. Either way, this limitless potential, Scorpio, you're stepping into a new centered self of empowerment in this next cycle. And yes, cycles open, cycles close. They do this sometimes multiple times a day, Scorpio. When you get up, when you go to bed, there's a cycle. You brush your teeth, you start brushing your teeth, you get done brushing your teeth. It's a cycle. It's a whole thing, right? So I know we talk about all these different cycles all the times, and it may sound excessively redundant to some of you, and you're probably like, I'm sick of it. But you have to understand the concept of that cycle, okay? That's the important thing, is to understand the concept of that cycle, what it represents to you. You stepping in as this morphing, I'm going to say morphing snake, right, in a positive. This snake could lay there and play dead. What do? They lay there, they play dead. They don't move, they blend in. Scorpio, you have spent decades blending in. Again, done on the blending in shit. It's having a voice. It's, you think about like a spirit's using the viper. I don't know a whole lot about that snake, but I know they're deadly. When it raises its head, it arches back. It strikes the pose, right? We're not talking Madonna here. It strikes the pose to lash out. What I like about this energy is it's not throwing itself forward to lash out. I think I said to you in the weekend read, your power is becoming intimidating. You may have gotten quiet, you may have held back, you may have laid low without a whole lot of reaction. And you did it quietly, mouse-like, right? Just, I'm going to go sit in the corner and eat my piece of cheese. Okay, I'm going to chew some wires in the back of the room. You kept to yourself. Scorpio, your energy is shifting. It's not even like you're going out looking for anything. Spirit is saying behind the screen. So that could be phone, computer, iPad. I said about all the devices, right? Whatever you're doing, you're striking that pose of, I'm not going, like, the opposition doesn't know that you're not going to attack, but they energetically feel the fierceness of something that you do or say that feels threatening to them. You could just give a look and you say nothing, and it makes the wheels in their head spin. They're starting to question if they've picked the right path with you, because all of a sudden Scorpio looks larger than life, morphed, changed, unpredictable. They can't see you clearly anymore. Your air around you, if I'm saying that appropriately, even your aura has changed. It's like you're cloaked in protection, but what they see is they're feeling fear, not from you, but I think that however you would have dealt with something before, again, you becoming unpredictable, they're not getting the same reaction. They're not getting the same set of circumstances from you that they know how to contend with. They know how to like suck you in, say the right thing, do the thing that brings you back down to their version of Earth. Whatever you're emanating, sending out, whatever smoke signals there are, it's like the bull, right? Like you see in the cartoons, the bull is back and he's, pounding his foot, and all the huff and the puff is coming out his nose, right? The white smoke or whatever you want to call that, where he's blowing hard. Like Scorpio, but the funny thing is you're not even mad. You're just aware. So that smoke, for lack of better words, air, is coming out, and they sense that. For some of you, they've pushed you too far this time, but the unpredictability is the fact that where you may have lashed out before, you're not. I'm going to refer back to a reading I did in 2024 for you. I think it was the first half of the year, maybe springish here in the US, that your silence was deadly. Scorpio, that was just a preparation. That was you being sent, thank you, Spirit, you being sent into hermit mode to learn how to alchemize that energy, to do some inner deep healing, stuff linked to the subconscious, stuff to deal with past lifetimes, stuff to deal with family wounds. You were at that point learning how to navigate that. And I'm going to have to go back. I would encourage you to go back to last year. I know it was the first half of the year, as to the date that reading went out. Because when I was talking about the cycle, right, Spirit just came in with, this is a part of a bigger cycle. That you had to go into that silence. You had to go into that retreat. You had to go out and live, and then go back into your hidey hole, and then come back out and have these experiences. learning all the while to navigate these changing energies that were to come. Here it is. And this is just a part of what is to come. Somebody has pushed your boundary by, I really want to say by way of words, because this has a very swordsy like feel to it. By way of words that you would have reacted in whatever your typical response would have been. They're not getting that version of you. There is no narcissist out there that knows how to handle this version of you. And they're scrambling, Scorpio. They're scrambling in the background to figure out how you've become so big, so powerful, so in your substance that you have not shared with them. I feel like a lot of you would typically share in maybe monetary gain, shared in your energy, shared in your emotions. You would have said more, done more in the past, and you're not. So they're like, if you're not giving that to me, Scorpio, where the hell's it going to? What are you doing with that? Self-preservation? Keeping it for yourself, for oneself? They're so used to siphoning your energy. They're so used to taking every ounce of you that they can. And when they can't, oh my God, they're scrambling. Scorpio, Spirit, I got the chills. If not every week, Scorpio, then every other week, expect these massive shifts on a personal level for yourself and what you are dealing with as well. Okay? So what else for Scorpio? January 6th through the 13th, Spirit. All from 3 cards. 27 minutes, 3 cards. That's it. Midhaven. That is that pinnacle point. I just had a conversation with someone a little bit ago. We specifically talked about that. 5th house, your passion, your creativity. Oh, okay. They're telling me to move that over there. Okay. What else for this limitless energy for Scorpio? Progression, journey, Scorpio. This limitless, like I said, it's like you're doubling your energy, you're doubling your size, you're doubling. They're showing the progress that you're making. Give yourself the accolades. When you hit this midhaven point, we've talked about that creative expression, right? We've talked about all of those things for some time now for you. It wasn't about a project, and I oftentimes use that as an example. It wasn't about a project, a relationship, any of that stuff. But the one thing that I did consistently mention was, yes, you might be dealing with external stuff, but this was internal, right? I said, this could be internal. This could be about you, Scorpio, not somebody else, but you. Look within you, right? This passion in midhaven is that precipice point for you that says, I have arrived. I am arriving at a new conclusion where I regain my power and control over my own life. I become my own emperor, right? But it's showing up in a much more spiritual form, not just you coming in and going, you know what, I'm going to do things on my terms. These are all the reasons why. This job needs to be handled, managed better, and delegated to other people. This is on a spiritual level. This creativity was about putting in that passion, whatever fire that you felt you were lacking in your belly, putting that back into yourself. Here it is. Here it is. It is things. It's like the master key. It's like a master lock, right? A master key. You can have all the duplicates you want, but they're never cut from the same cloth. They're never perfect. So you can have somebody trying to emulate your energy, the initial key that is the key to all. They could take pieces from you energetically, right? They could grab a little bit of this and siphon that energy out of you till you're fucking tired and depleted. But they could never duplicate what you're capable of doing. That is a lacking within them, not within you. Okay, so that is what this midhaven here is about. This catalyst spirit for Scorpio. 1st house. I said you have arrived. Scorpio, you have arrived. Neptune, vision. Neptune is getting clear here, and I want to look at something As I say that to you, where is it at? Ba, ba, ba. Pisces. Pisces and Neptune. I think there is something going on with that. So your visionary, your illumination. Scorpio. I don't know if I said this or not, but if not, I'm going to say it. If I have, well, too bad I'm repeating myself here. You are becoming larger than life in what you are cultivating. You are showing up and shutting people down. You are showing up in ways that other people, you know, they think that you're not capable. Here's the kicker. They think that you're not capable, but you are the one thing they cling on to. If you were so not capable, Scorpio, why the hell would they cling on to you? Why would they siphon your energy? Why would they be in your face? Why would they push your buttons? Think about that. If you've ever asked yourself why this person won't go away, there you go. Or these types of people, a personality type, a narcissist, a crazy person, a gaslighter, a manipulator. Why they won't go away? They tell you how terrible you are. They've talked down to you for so long as you can remember. If you're that bad, why the fuck do they stick around? Why do they talk to you? Why do they engage with you? Why do they do all of those things? Because you are more powerful than they are. Spiritually. You are more aware than they are in all aspects. Extremely, Scorpio, extremely intelligent that you could create these visions. Your third eye is either opening up or you need to work on your third eye. Don't be surprised if in meditation or whatever you're working on for yourself, that you don't see that indigo shade floating in your eyesight with your eyes closed. If you see that, know that your third eye is being activated. It is a lens. Spirit is showing it as a lens to see beyond the veil, a lens to see beyond the physical form, a lens to see. It's like looking at it as a magnifying glass, Scorpio, to the unseen. No, not just the fact that we have a hard time seeing, we're getting older, but it is to see the unseen. It is the portal, it is the gateway. I hope that's making sense. What a reading. Holy smokes, Scorpio. Holy smokes. 9, 11, 7, 9, 11. You have 2 7s here. 33 and 43 could be significant for you. 1, 2, 3, 3, 9, Scorpio. 9, 9, 9, 11, and 12 here as well. It's funny in the sense that this third eye awakening, I don't necessarily believe that other people can block us, okay? They can certainly try. But I feel like there's been a time period, Scorpio, that you've been kind of frozen in that third eye vision, that it's being pulled back. Like you think about, like I'm thinking about the lock on my bird cage right now, of all things. But you have to move that lock to unlatch the door, right? To move the door. It's an obstruction. They're being pulled back. You think about like a latch lock. You have to move it over. Like I'm seeing these icicle looking things as being pulled down, pulled over, pulled back, pulled up, getting it out of the way of that third eye. Okay? And then I think Pallas Athena behind that. You are a warrior, Scorpio, of your visions. You've got the willpower and spirit saying the know-how, extremely intelligent, to make shit happen that other people would never believe in. Spirit also using the statement, against all odds, you will see to it. That is going to stand for some personal conviction and endeavor in your daily life. So again, if you feel like there's been some roadblocks or something, you're going to see to whatever this is that it gets taken care of. Strike while the iron is hot, I'm hearing as well. They think you will strike. Okay, methodical Scorpio. Methodical you? Yes. That reaction is when the argument is going on, or the argument they're trying to have, the invitation to the argument they want you to accept. When you don't respond to whatever this is, or you're responding in their terms unpredictably. You're going to catch them sleeping. You're going to catch something when they least expected it. And then, Spirit, then the truth and the lies come out. Scorpio, I don't know, I will say this, I don't feel that all of this is happening this week. Spirit, thank you. It is the build up. You're feeling the energy build. I feel like this Sagittarius acclaim energy is the past, and I also feel like it's somewhat still the present energy of you realizing things about yourself. This Limitless is you're kind of tap dancing on that threshold of where you step into pure power, like a fucking powerhouse, Scorpio. And this catalyst is, I will get you when you least expect it. I will get you when you're down. And I'm going to tell you, Scorpio, this isn't vengeance that you've got. This is careful, methodical planning, where you have often been the one looking over your shoulder. Not anymore. This is giving me somebody else starting to feel the Spirit, the threatening 9 of Swords energy that you have experienced in a particular cycle with somebody for a long time. The sleepless nights, the worry, the anxiety. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to take care of this? How am I going to do that? The difference with this is you are coming in to handle business. You are not coming in with a vengeance. You're just being a hell of a lot smarter than they are, or were, or both, okay? One card Spirit is saying for a claim. Knight of Cups, learning to love yourself, Scorpio. Learning, like you are able to provide yourself justice. You are able to provide yourself equivocal balance. You are able to be the nurturer of all things in your life. And learning how to love yourself, learning to accept love. Learning, and I think it was you. Learning to accept, learning to accept compliments. Learning to accept your praises. Learning to accept gifts. Learning to accept love. Learning acceptance. What it is to receive, Scorpio, not just be the giver all the time. This is also about forgiveness of the self. This Knight of Cups comes out sideways, and that is you. That is your energy. That is Scorpio energy. Some of you could have been feeling out of touch with yourself. Maybe you still are. Maybe you could have been moody. I remember last weekend's read, right? Like, you weren't sure. You were just feeling like, ugh. You're learning where to place your emotions into the right people. And if you've been feeling moody or out of sorts, it's like you're posing a question to people, work, relationships. Like, if they make me feel this way, are they deserving of not just like compassion and empathy and just human decency, but are they worth love? And like, I think you give love regardless. Like, it's just your nature. But do they deserve my attentive love? Do I let them have a seat at my table kind of love? this is somebody, Scorpio, for this being you, that you're basing it in reality versus the illusion and the fantasy of what you wanted to believe and see. So it's like when somebody says something to you, how does that make me feel? How do I respond to that? And maybe you give a little bit of that back to them and see how they take it. They might get quiet and not know what to think of you. But it's like you're implementing your own form of personal justice, of acceptance of the self. It's like, if you don't accept me, that's fine, but I totally accept myself. I accept who I am. And if it's being at home hermiting, then that's my business. If I want to go out and have fun, it's my business. But I don't need approval from you, and you. Okay? So this is about that acceptance, Scorpio. Limitless. 3 of Swords tried to flip over. As you let go of the hurt and pain, as you transmute this hurt and pain, as you accept things for what they have been, it's a matter of time. As I say that, there comes the Hangman, Pisces energy. It's a matter of time till you fully turn this around. It's almost like you're getting to a point, the world's starting to come out sideways there. Like there's a halfway point, talk about progression, of resolving yourself to disappointments. What I like about this, and I think I've seen this in a reading for you the other day, like the World card came out in reverse. I remember that specifically. It moved, and it sounds funny, like I say it, like when it came, I always pay attention to how they fall when they come out in the deck. This one finally had movement, so it's like going from like 50% healed to 60%. Something has happened here, or is happening this week, that moves you closer to that full-blown limitless potential that is you. It's probably tiring, Scorpio. I mean, let's be real. Like, we've done this shit so many times over that it's like, again. But this spiritual growth, this spiritual growth is very different this time around. It's deeper. It's a prophecy of learning how to trust yourself, your knowledge, your know-how, something very much, Scorpio, about your intellect. Your intellect. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for, and a hell of a lot smarter than other people give you credit for. It's, again, like, don't lie to a Scorpio. They know. Just shut up. They know. But it's somebody could, the Spirit's saying pining over you, which is a really odd term these days, pining over you. What is that about, Spirit? Good, getting back in your good graces. The Chariot. I knew there was something just shady. We're going to leave it at that, shady. I'm bear with me here. I'm getting a couple things. Watch out for Pisces and Cancer specifically when it comes to backstabbing. Pisces and Cancer energy. Scorpio, I've seen this. There's the number 17, by the way. 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups. I'm trying to even, they're bringing me in separate messages, and it's like back to back, and they're going back to the beginning and back to back. Somebody could be giving you a list of events, and as more and more of the story is told in different time frames, like it would be like, if you think about cartoons back in the day, they would draw out every single page and then put that book together, and then you'd flip through it, right? One of those flip books, and you see them walking, running, chasing the bird, whatever it is, right? It's like somebody handed you that kind of book, but all the pages were fucked up. Like nothing is in order. Nothing. You're getting a scrambled sense of information, and you have to figure out what goes where. Get curious. Get in the know, Scorpio, because there is some hatred. I'm going to call it. There is some sort of hatred here. That it's like this. I don't want to call it misinformation, because I do think there's truth, but it's very scrambled. But the truth is going to fucking hurt. Okay? Somebody could have been playing on somebody else's fears, worries, victim mentality to their advantage. Be careful in your travels, too, Scorpio. Spirit specifically saying a flat tire, so be cautious of that. But this is also you. You take this information, as much as it may be painful, you are able to use that information to build momentum into the next action that you are taking, because you know that something here is coming to an abrupt end. Somebody around you has preyed or is preying on somebody else's vulnerability. Okay? Or the fact that they themselves are just not awake yet. This first house of arrival, Two of Pentacles, you're going to have to weigh your options. I think you are weighing. 17 again. There's the 7 and the 10, 17. There's the star. Scorpio, healing. Definite, infinite healing. Definite, infinite change. Definite inspiration. You will trailblaze a different way of doing things that I don't believe in whatever system this has been done before. I don't think that anybody has been so bold as to give the new inventory list. And I don't know why I want to put it that way, but it's like, I mean, you think about it in the sense of like, whoever thought to put pineapple on pizza? Like, this is so fucking random, but we're rolling with it. Whoever thought to put pineapple on pizza? I'm going to have to Google it and send them a, hey, I love that, thank you. Who decided to get creative? Who decided the only two options of pepperoni and mushrooms or pepperoni and sausage just wasn't enough? Let's throw some pineapple on that bitch and see what it tastes like. Now you look at, you get on the Domino's menu, you get on your local pizza, your Hawaiian pizza with pineapple, la 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 la. It took off like crazy. Everybody's got a pineapple Hawaiian pizza. Okay? Scorpio, you're reinventing the wheel. You're showing people that there are two sides to a situation, but just because there are two sides does not mean those are the only two ways that some, as my grandmother would say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Old school, I know. And that sticks out to something or someone. And it sticks out like a sore thumb that there has to be a rebalancing. There has to be balancing. There has to be prioritization for things that create a new dynamic that is separate of the competitive challenges and the natures of these competitive individuals around you or these competitive fields around you. New opportunity. Look at this. The Ace of Pentacles, the Empress. Have you ever seen something so beautiful? This is going to really upset somebody's desires that they thought that they would have their way with you or a situation. Because they were building up to this. Because it's like, you look at this, like, here you go. You've got this codependent Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, right? I can't do it on my own. Oh no, victim mentality, right? Moving into Three of Cups. I found someone to support my bullshit. Yay. We're going to work with this. Five of Cups. Regrets, sorrow, shit, that didn't work out the way I thought it would. Oh my God. To Scorpio, the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles. Reinventing the wheel. This is something new. Spirit, there's like, thank you. I forget who sang it. Something to be proud of. Who sang that? Something. That's the life. You could put your hat on. Was that Lone Star? Something to be proud of. The music has been popping all weekend with these reads. I don't know why. Something to be proud of. Scorpio, you do have something to be proud of. And to be proud of something is to be proud of yourself. Because without you being a key implement here, none of this shit's going to change. Be proud of yourself. Be super proud of yourself. Who is this other person, Spirit? How's Scorpio going to know who they are? Oh, God. I cannot. Whew. The runner. The one who likes to sit back and stalk and watch and tell you about your life. And when shit gets hard for them, they just pretend like it's not on them. Spirit, I cannot repeat what they just said. I'm trying to find another diplomatic way to put this. They could be hairy. Oh my God, this is insane. When you look at them, you could call them an SOB. They could be big. I'm giving you very dumbed down words of what Spirit gave me. Because they're like, oh, you damn well know Scorpio. They pretend to give a shit about whatever this is. Or whomever. You, whatever it is. They don't give a damn. They get their rocks off on keeping you at the edge of your seat in fear. Okay? For Scorpio themselves, what does this look like moving forward for them? You are going to absolutely explore your options. There will be no second chances with certain people. I think for some of you, there could be a meeting of sorts. And when I say meeting, this could just be a talk. It's like you leave at Two of Pentacles, you're leaving some options open to see what this person is going to do. Give them enough rope, Scorps. They'll hang themselves. Let them do the talking. Let them run their mouths. This is a karmic person in your life. They are narcissist. Like, you're letting go of those falsified people. And Scorpio, the more you disconnect, the more desire they have to, it's like whatever it is that you want, if you've shared something with them, they want it not because they genuinely want whatever it is. They want it just because you do. It's like a kid with a toy, right? That truck's been sitting in the floor all day. Ain't nobody touched it. But the second the one kid picks it up, all of a sudden, the other one's over there ripping it out of his hands. Nobody wanted it till they couldn't have it. Now, all of a sudden, it's a big deal. Mark my words. Scorpio, I'm leaving it there. Holy shit, what a read. Super long. Thank you all. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal donations, thank you. Channel members as well. Channel members, I did put a video out, a little thank you bonus thing yesterday for you all. For all of them, not just those of you that are part of the spiritual healing series, but all channel members. That was just my way of saying thank you and Happy New Year to all of you, and thank you for being a part of that community specifically. You guys are welcome to join. Should be on the channel If you're interested in joining, some people are saying it shows up, other people are saying that it doesn't. I'm not. Technology is going to be the end of my sanity. I hope not, but it pushes my buttons. So with that, Scorpio, if you're interested in personals, again, if I didn't say it, description box below, about section of the page, email is in there, reach out to me. If you're in the track of this snowstorm, please stay safe, stay well, stay inside, don't travel unless you have to. I'm sending you all a ton of love. I will see you super soon. Wow. Take care. Bye.